Today, my friends, we're making 4 tasty summer-style cocktails with my dear friends at Empress 1908. So you got it, all 4 cocktails are going to be gin-based, but they are pretty different from one another, so I am sure there will be at least one for you. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Empress Gin, you probably haven't watched my videos that much because I've been using it a lot and I love it. It's a small batch copper pot still gin made in Victoria, BC in Canada out of 8 different botanicals. In there, obviously, we have some delicious juniper berries, but we also have coriander seeds, cinnamon, grapefruit zest, ginger root, rose petal, and a tea blend. Its beautiful blue indigo color comes from the infusion of butterfly pea tea after the distillation, and what's really cool about this is when you change the pH of the gin for something more acidic, its color changes into a beautiful pink purple for always a stunning effect. So if you want to know more about Empress, I'm gonna link their website and Instagram in the description and pin comment down below, and you will see there's a ton of inspiration there for your cocktail ideas. But now let's move on to the cocktails, and let's start with one that should probably win an award for something like Cocktail of the Summer 2023 because it's beautiful, refreshing, sophisticated, and delicious. I said the HUGO 75. So first, in our cocktail shaker, we're gonna start with 1.5 ounces or 45 ml of Empress Gin, 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of delicious Elderflower liqueur, 1/2 ounce or 15 ml of simple syrup, 1 full ounce or 30 ml of freshly squeezed lime juice, and a couple of mint leaves. We're gonna fill the shaker with ice and give it a good shake for about 10 seconds. And then in a large glass filled up with ice, we're gonna add about 3 ounces or 90 ml of dry sparkling wine. Then we're gonna fine strain our cocktail over that, and because the cocktail is heavier than the wine, it's gonna sink at the bottom, blending and mixing all that together without having to do anything else. Then we're gonna garnish this with a fragrant mint bouquet, and this is how we make the HUGO 75. Cheers! That cocktail checks all the boxes you expect from a refreshing summer-style cocktail. It's super festive and lively with the bubbles perfectly balanced, very light and refreshing. The floral notes from the elderflower liqueur pairs really nicely with the rose petals in the Empress. It is a wonderful cocktail. Now let's move on if you're ready, and let's make a gin sangria. This is honestly the best cocktail you can pre-batch this summer because really it's even better when you make it a day before. But right now we're gonna make it à la minute, and I'm only gonna make myself one because I need to pace myself. I have other cocktails to make. But if you want to know the recipe for a larger batch, it's gonna be in the description below. We're gonna build this in our glass directly or in our pitcher or in our punch bowl. Really, it doesn't matter. The technique remains the same no matter the size of the cocktail. So we're gonna start by slicing some fruits. You can be creative here, but I really like to use green grapes, orange, and lemon. Now in our glass, we're gonna start with 1 ounce or 30 ml of gin. To that, we're gonna add per serving a couple of slices of orange and lemon, 1/2 ounce or 15 ml of Dry Curaçao, 1/2 ounce or 15 ml of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce or 15 ml of simple syrup, and 3 ounces or 90 ml of semi-bold red wine. Then we're gonna fill our glass with ice, give it a brief stir to make sure all the ingredients are well mixed and cool down. And lastly, we're gonna add a couple grapes and serve this with a straw. And there you have it, the gin sangria. This reminds me so many good memories. To be honest with you, I believe the last time I had sangria before this was a little bit more than 10, 12, maybe 15 years ago. It was my go-to drink for the summer before I started making cocktails. And when I started making cocktails more seriously, I don't know, for some reasons I stopped drinking sangria. For me, it was like, I don't know, not a real cocktail maybe, but for real, when it's made properly, it's so good. And it really makes you feel like you're on a patio with some friends or by the pool. I really love this, and I'm super glad I finally got to make a new batch of sangria. Really, I don't know what took me so long, but I can assure you it's not gonna take another 10 years before I make a new batch. Now, if you guys are ready, let's make the third cocktail of the day. Let's make the Summer Mission. This is a straightforward riff on the missionaries' downfall using gin instead of rum. It's a blended cocktail with pineapple, mint, honey, peach, and lime. It's simply delightful. So we're gonna start in our blender with 80 grams of fresh pineapple pieces, 3 grams of mint leaves, 1.5 ounces or 45 ml of gin, half an ounce or 15 ml of peach liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 ml of honey syrup, 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 ml of freshly squeezed lime juice, and we're gonna add to that, and the amount is very important, 180 grams of ice. We're gonna blend that at high speed until smooth, pour that in our favorite tiki mug, and then for the special touch, I like to grate a little bit of frozen pineapple and top my cocktail with it. Then we're gonna add a mint bouquet and a straw. And with that, my friends, I'm telling you, it's mission accomplished. So good. I think what I like the most about this one is how rich it is in terms of texture and how light it is in terms of flavor profile. It's very well balanced between the acidity, the sweetness, and the fruitiness, but the texture is really what sets this one apart. Because we blended the mint, it changes the mouthfeel a lot, but it also adds that extremely fresh bread feeling that I love, especially for a summer cocktail. So again, I think it's mission accomplished for the summer mission. Now let's finish today's video with the Watermelon Casino. The Casino period is a classic and it's a favorite of mine, and it's also a great option for summer. But if you throw a couple of pieces of watermelon in there, it becomes a summer crusher on steroids. So without further ado, let's make one. We're gonna start in our cocktail shaker with 2 ounces or 60 ml of gin. We're gonna add to that 3 or 4 pieces of watermelon, and with a muddler, we're gonna smash that to extract all the flavors and the juice. Then we're gonna add half an ounce or 15 ml of simple syrup, 1/4 of an ounce or 7.5 ml of maraschino liqueur, and 1 full ounce or 30 ml of freshly squeezed lime juice. Then you're simply gonna fill your shaker with ice and give it a vigorous shake for about 10 seconds, and fine strain this into your favorite chilled cocktail coupe. For the garnish, a little piece of watermelon, and there you have it, the Watermelon Casino. This is everything I love. Empress gin, maraschino liqueur, which is one of my favorite, and watermelon, that reminds me of my childhood. Back then, everything that was watermelon flavored legit was my favorite. Candies, lollipop, gum, or popsicles, that was my first pick all the time. And speaking of popsicles, Empress recently shared many different recipes for boozy gin popsicles, and they all look amazing, especially one that's watermelon and basil Mr. Freeze. That looks insane. I really want to try it. So once again, I highly recommend you go and visit their website and their Instagram. I'm gonna link all that in the description below. So my friends, this is it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you go, to turn that bell if you want to make sure not to miss the next one. Until then, thank you very much again. Have a great day and see you very soon. Cheers.